Everyone's life is shifting, and we are here for it. Huda Boss, after show. Stay tuned.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
Gosh, woo!
Oh, you guys started too quick.
Huda Boss! Huda Boss, Huda Boss, Huda Boss! Ooh, I love this new song too. Woo! Loving that yellow sweater. We are vibing. Welcome back to the Huda Boss After Show Season 2. I am filling in for Maite today. I'm Louisa Sharamatian, and I'm joined by the beautiful Crystal McLaughlin.
Hey, everybody.
Who loves a reality TV.
That's right.
And juicy makeup, gossip, and she is a makeup artist too.
So absolutely.
Such an honor.
And
to
I
have
look
you.
forward, thank you. And I am happy to be here. And I am so super excited to talk about these two episodes. But I also want to mention that we will be doing a special segment, which is Manifesting Mona. So you pick out your favorite part about that episode, or those episodes, I should say, and then we discuss the positivity from that.
Exactly. It's all about positive vibes.
That's
and not
right.
only that, we have other fun segments too. I do the pro beauty tips where I cover Huda's best tips throughout the episodes. We have some news and gossip.
And tutorials.
I mean, hello, both our faces are beat to the
That's
T.
right.
So we are ready to go. And we have just a lot of things ready for you. And we miss you, Maite. We'll see you next week, which will be the season
Absolutely.
finale.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So soon.
I know, right? I know. It's just down. We want more episodes. Okay, so let's dig in, Crystal. I mean, I know I'm getting over a cold, so I'm sorry if I sound horsey and raspy. I was just over at the East Coast.
It's sexy.
Right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
It was so cold there. Gosh, okay. I mean, you told me earlier you love these two episodes. Why is that?
Yeah, I mean, normally you guys hear me say, oh gosh, it's the same thing over and over again. But wow, the takeaway from these two episodes was, I mean, honestly, just these two wonderful ladies and the men in their life and their family members, everybody was just being so raw. And I feel like this is what I've been waiting for. I was watching it, and the entire time I was like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. I want to see who they are. Yes, I'm a fan of like makeup and and I love seeing entrepreneurs, especially women who are girl bosses. But at the end of the day, I want to know who they are and how they build their brand and why they are in the place that they're at. And, if things are messing up or if they're not happy, I want to hear about all that stuff because I want to know you're human and there's something that you and I have a commonality, to share. And I think that's the biggest thing when you're creating a brand that is so, unique. You need to be able to share these things with people and be as authentic as you can in yourself because people can read that, especially when you're on camera. So super happy about these two episodes. Can't wait to delve back into it.
Yeah, I have to add to that. It was so relatable. Like for
Refreshing.
me, I told you, like Mona for me is like my little spirit animal. I relate to her so much. The pressure of the marriage, the dating, and she was just so open about a lot of things that we'll talk about how she's never, spent the night with the man. She's never lived with the man and all these things. And it's like, I haven't either. So it's kind of like, I've never lived with a man, yet. So it's like all these things, it's kind of like, oh my God, that's me. And she's putting it out there. And it's sometimes common in Middle Eastern cultures. Not all, but some.
Yeah.
But let's talk about right now Huda and how she finally realized that she needs to go back to her life coach. A lot of things are happening. A lot of products are being pushed back. A lot of things don't have a lot of inventory. But now she's realizing I've took on too much, and she's doing homework when Chris walks in, and she's finding her true self. Is it right for her to step back as a CEO? What do you think right now?
Okay, first and foremost, that was like the best moment ever. I literally wrote down, Chris is the MVP. Like, he owned this episode. Like, I was like, dang, that's a man. Like, I've been seeing Chris do his thing, but he really stepped up in this episode. And so I wrote that down. I also love that he, Huda had said, I still want my vision, right? She still wants her vision, but she wants to just be in the creative aspect of it. And then Chris saying, "It starts with you. No one else will be here if it's not for your vision. You're still the leader of this empire, baby."
That gave me chills.
The support and the love and, you know, him saying that she's a trendsetter and she's innovative. And, like, you know, we always say men have a woman that makes them into who they are, right? Behind every great man is a greater woman. Well, let me just tell you, I believe Chris deserves to have that label. Behind every great woman is a great man too. It goes both ways. And like, he really showed me that in this episode. I was just so happy to see Huda like really open up and I wrote down feminine. Like the feminine energy that I was seeing was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, and I'm okay with like accepting myself and realizing like this is where I thrive. Not to say she can't do those other things, but like this is where I do best. This is what I do best, and I'm okay to step back and let someone else step in and do a better job than I'm able to do, because right now it's not working. And I'm able to facilitate whatever it is that I'm doing in the creative aspect, and I'm okay with that. That doesn't make her less of a boss. That makes her stronger. That makes her, like, really seem like a caterpillar going into a butterfly. I know that sounds cheesy, but I am dead serious.
No, it's true, and that's a powerful CEO, a power.
Right.
That I read that. I think it was Steve Jobs, or I don't know who it was, that said, you got to delegate some tasks to other people.
Right.
You got to go give tasks to people who can handle it.
Right.
You have to know it was Jim Rohn. He passed away. A fantastic author. I always listen to his YouTube videos. He says, give some stuff to people that you can't do to people who can do it.
Right.
If you're not good at taxes, if you're not good at numbers, give this someone else.
Right. That's why those people go to school
That's why they go to school.
Study those things.
Yeah.
We can't do everything at once. If we could, I would be a doctor, I would be a lawyer, I would be a cook, I would be doing all these things. And it's like, you know what? Some things are just left better for other people to do. The people that really love doing those things. Yeah. Someone loves their job as much as she loves her job in the creative aspect. Someone loves being, an SVP in marketing. Someone loves being a CEO in Huda Boss. She doesn't feel like that's her, her place. She became big because she is a creative. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to make her thrive. She needs to delegate those other things off and just take in where she is doing really, really well, which is the creative aspect, what we were saying.
That's what she said. She's like, if I can't create products and create content, like I can't. Like I'm out. And I love how she's so uber creative that even Chris said, she realized that the neon eyeshadows were not popping. She goes in, she puts white eyeshadow, white concealer to have the neon pop, all these things. Right. And she's got an eye. Yeah, she's got an eye. She's really good. She's so good. And not only that, but she says, this is what she wrote, or she said, I should say. I love kind of playing with colors, moving things around, creating palettes, and just creating bomb products. Ugh. And if you saw that part, you saw the shift of her energy. Like, she just went into this whole other place. And I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is the real Huda we wanted to see. This is the real Huda. And also to add to that, when she was approving the eyeshadow, the Mini Obsessions, when they had the swatches, I love how she's so excited about it. She's like, no, we need one more shimmer. Like, can we please add shimmer? And then the financial girl, I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name, but whoever she is, what she's doing that she's getting paid to do is tone it down. She's like, no, Huda, we can't do that. Because if you add more money into
this, we can do that, but
the price point has to go higher. And that's what Huda needs. Right. Because if it's about Huda, she's going to just drop her millions on products and not get any money back, which that's stupid.
And she listened to her.
Yeah, she's like, okay.
Which I was like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
She listened to her for once. She listened to the people that are standing behind her and are trying to make her successful. Like,
amen. And
good for
speaking,
you, girl.
And touching on listening and speaking about that, Crystal has some great news to share to our listeners.
Yes, I do. You guys know that we are like Louisa loves to say, a buffet. Okay,
buffet of TV shows.
And I think that because of you guys, I know that because of you guys, we are able to do what we do here at AfterBuzz TV. We have film, we have TV series, we have reality TV, we do red carpet, we do junkets, we do everything. And now we're even doing writing, right?
Yes,
and so because of you guys watching, we are able to show up here at whatever amount that we show up here for. We do it once a week. And, you know, we get to create content that we love. And at the end of the day, this makes us happy. And not only does it make us happy, it makes us happy making you guys happy. So because of this, we need to share this with you. You need to be subscribing. You need to be giving us 5 stars.
Yep.
You need to be following us. You need to also be following us on Spotify. Like, we're literally everywhere. Like, we're kind of stalkerish.
We're the crazy ex-girlfriends.
Yes, we really are. Anyways, we appreciate all of you, the love and the support that you give. But again, we can't do this without your love and support. So thank you so much for always tuning in and supporting us, and I can't wait to start another show and get this second part of Huda Boss started.
Thank you, Crystal.
Absolutely.
Thanks for that. And just to add on, like she said, buffet of TV shows.
Absolutely.
Add, subscribe, comment, tell your friends. We're here for you guys.
Live feed.
Absolutely. And once again, shout out to Maria Menounos and Keven Undergaro for creating this platform for us. We are so thankful. Okay, so now let's talk about deeper issues. Mona. So Mona, marriage, having that talk with her best friend, how she's not sure. But before the talk, she talked to her guy best friend, Robbie, and said, what's the best part about being married? And I love how they were kind of joking around. He said something like, size doesn't matter. But he said something I really like. It was calming. He's like, look, once you get married, it's like, that's it. You don't care so much about, does he do that? Or does he not do that? It's more like, now you're going to see if it's going to work. And he's like, things change really after kids. Now, obviously, I'm not married. I don't have kids yet or anything. But I feel like, no, when you do live with someone new and you haven't lived with them, that's so new to you, right? So what are your thoughts on that? Is Mona really being nervous right now? Does she have cold feet?
Yeah, I mean, of course she's got cold feet.
Yeah.
I don't see why she wouldn't. I mean, she's
tripping.
Well, here's the thing. She lived, in America at one point in her life. She's... she wasn't raised in Dubai her entire life, right? Yes, she was raised with those parents, but she grew up in a different culture, right? And yes, her and her family partake in different types of cultural rituals and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, like, when you're not brought up in that,
so hard.
You find it really difficult, right? And so I understand where she's coming from. My concern is, why isn't she voicing this? The fact that her friend had to ask her to finally get an answer that was valid is really alarming, because this entire time she's been defending herself. And if you don't feel like this is like where you're supposed to be, like, you really shouldn't be defending yourself. You should be honest with yourself, and you should be honest with your family, and you should be honest with your man. And I don't know, like, her face and the concern on her face really worried me. Like, she looked terrified. And for me, like, I don't want to feel terrified going into a marriage. Like, I want to yes, of course, it's natural to have, like, feelings of, like, being scared. But at the end of the day, like, if you're marrying someone, you should know this is your person or not.
I think it's just,
I don't know.
We'll talk about Dom and Carol too, but, Dom did say, we're pleasing others right now, and we don't know if we are pleasing ourselves. And I feel like that's the pressure of a Middle Eastern marriage. We see they showed that snapshot of her dad kind of picking up the dresses. And I know it's so cute. She wants to please her dad too, but it's like, it's 2020. Let me have my own say,
right?
As a woman. And and I think that's why it's really good that Carol came over, because then they had that lunch together, and Carol is really into Mona. She's like, Mona is number one.
Right.
And I feel like, I didn't know the whole story about him being in Russia and paying extra, to talk to her. Like, he's really, connected to her. Like, he converted for her.
Okay, let me just tell you. When he said he spent 1,000 dirham, I was like, hold on, how much is that? So I had to Google this, you guys. So it's $272 equivalent of US dollars, okay? And so then he said he talked to her for 3 weeks. Do you know that that's almost $6,000 that he spent trying to stay in contact with her?
Because he sells timber in Russia.
I'm like, what? I'll be a cheap timber.
Oh my God.
Like, honestly, that is commitment. I love everything he said. He said that The first time he spoke to Mona, I had a huge smile on my face. It was the real light bulb moment that this could be something special. The calls were 1,000 dirhams from Russia, and I wanted so badly to speak to her that I wanted to pay the bill for 3 weeks to speak to her every single night.
That's love.
So, you guys, if you've ever felt like you weren't sure about a man, there is proof that there are good men out there.
Yeah.
And that if a man wants to talk to you and he wants to be with you, he is going to find any which way he can to be with you and make that happen.
Absolutely. Amen to that. That was a good lesson.
I was like, yes, I love seeing this.
Yeah, because it just shows that it exists out there. It doesn't matter if it's like Tinder or whatever.
I mean, think about this. Carol, his mother, says to him, oh, well, we never thought that you would settle down.
I know, and commit. Ooh,
And
he was a
commit.
player. He's hot, though.
Oh, yeah.
Fine.
Which is like, wow, she's confirming this.
I know.
She's confirming the
know.
fact that she didn't even think he was going to do that. So again, ladies.
Yeah.
This is why I thought these 2 episodes were so good.
Yeah.
Because they're life lessons.
Yeah.
These are lessons for everybody. Like, you can learn something from this. And you don't have to be, like, famous or any of this stuff to understand that, like, this is what a man is.
Yeah.
These are the things you should be looking for in a person. And at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I fell in love with Dom. I was like, yes, he's amazing.
When he's the one, he's the one. Like, that's
Right.
what they do. When they say actions, you know, like he straight up took care of the bill for a few weeks.
Oh
Just
my
so,
God.
and
What?
Mona can very well take care of the bill too,
Oh,
but it's not
yeah.
even about that, you know. And the fact that, you know, it was so cute too that he said the mom said she's the one, and then I guess he said when they were talking about weddings, it's so cute. He's never been to a wedding, only one British wedding. Isn't that cute?
Well, there's to show that he's not a, he's a player. Like, that's a player.
Really?
Think about that.
didn't
Like,
know.
why would a guy go to a wedding? Because normally, like, you know, it's about dates.
Or no plus one or something.
You know, when you live a certain type of lifestyle, you're not going to those things.
And look at him. Like,
And
his
look at
tattoo.
him.
And also, random, you guys, I did say 2020, but I meant like we're 2019, 2020, and things are like modern and stuff. So
Right.
don't think I'm crazy. I know we're in 2019 right now. You know,
Right.
jet lag though. So, no, absolutely. And we always talk about that too. A man, we know, like when someone's the one as far as actions, that's why it's worth for them to go through this stress. But he's like, dude, it's just so much things to please the mom, the dad. And, you know, you come from a, Latin background.
Yeah.
I come from an Armenian background where we still got to think about our parents and what they
Right.
want. It's hard to be like, you know what? We don't give a F. No, we can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
You just can't. I'm sorry. You'll be
just
disowned.
No.
Unfortunately, that's just how it is. That's
I
the
don't think I'd be disowned, but I definitely,
we care. We care. We've been brainwashed to care.
We have.
We care.
We definitely have been brainwashed a little bit.
And that's what's so good about it, that they really open up about
They
that.
do.
you
And
know?
that's the beauty in these 2 episodes. Like I said, it's a learning
Experience,
moment,
absolutely.
And this is what has been lacking in the episodes before this. Like, yes, of course, there was some stuff that they were learning in the previous episodes, but I kept seeing the same theme over and over and over again. I guess that's kind of like life, though, in a sense, if you think about it. Things keep showing up until you fix it.
Yeah, and
they've started to fix it.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And before we touch on our fun segments and stuff, let's talk about the photo shoot that she had.
Right.
She had the complexion collection photo shoot. She was so in the moment because she didn't have to care about other stuff. Did you realize? She's like, they put her in the water.
Oh, yeah.
They had that awesome assistant, the person who's taking care of all the product placement,
Right.
all of that. Huda was shining.
Girl.
She's so gorgeous.
Girl, I wrote down literally like
Yeah.
Huda is so sexy.
Yeah.
She exudes confidence.
She's so sexy.
I love that about her. You can learn that from her because
Yeah.
here's the thing. She's sexy, but she's classy, and I think that's like a big takeaway because now like everybody's over there twerking it. Like nothing wrong with twerking, do your thing. But like everybody's showing you, their goods online for free.
Yeah.
And I'm even if you're having people pay, that's still
for sure.
Anyways, no judgment on them, but whatever. She does it in such a way that is so tasteful, and she just has this confidence about her, which you could tell that everybody is drawn in by that. Like her photographer, her models, her SVP, which is her name is Clem.
Yeah.
And so I just really loved watching this photo shoot because it was just relaxed, and I think they were ahead of schedule as well.
Which never happens.
Never happens.
Last time she was so late to hang out with her daughter and stuff, and now she's like, oh my God, we finished early? Oh my gosh.
Right. And so I was really happy to see this, this side of not Mona, of Huda that we've never seen before. She like, again, feminine side. Like she was just softer and just like more easygoing and like not on edge and ready to tear somebody's eyes out. You know, and don't get me wrong, I think when a woman is a girl boss, like all for, you know, good for her. But like she doesn't really, that's not where she excels. She excels in the creative aspect, and I like seeing her there. I like seeing her relax. I like seeing her thrive. I like seeing the dynamic of everything just like flowing.
And like you said, she is classy and sexy. She needs to keep it classy. That has a lot to do with her family. Right. Because her mom is so strict, and we see her mom still covered up all the time and all of that. So, and she would always...
she lives in Dubai, too.
Of course, and she would always pick at Mona, too, and be like, why are your tits all out right now?
Right.
So it's like these good little middle balance. You can be both, but just not too like extreme.
Right.
And I love how she always talks about shaving her face with that razor, which I use that razor too. It's from Amazon. It's amazing. And she takes it out. She's like, oh my God, I have a little stubble here. Yeah. And then she shaves that back of her leg over there, which by the way is so hard to do. Sometimes like you're walking, you're like, oh my God. TMI.
Yeah.
But
I feel like we've all had that moment where you're like, why is this part of my leg full of hair and like the rest is shaved, and you're like, why is it so long? Because you forgot like guys will never understand this.
No, it's so
Men
hard.
will never understand.
It's so hard.
I mean, gosh, and especially my legs, because they're like 90% of my body.
That's why it's good to
it's
laser.
Funny.
It's
you know, and that's why I'm saying it was such a good episode, 2 episodes, because
so relatable.
There's so many things I was just like, this is cool. Like, I love seeing this, you know. The only thing I have to say was like I was a little sad to see that Mona and John were both like feeling the way that they were feeling about like getting married and being pushed into that direction. But you know what? If anything, I appreciated it because they were authentic. And, you know, you can't fake that, you know?
And Huda she has so much love. She cares about Clem and her engagement.
Right.
She cried a bit. What does lemonade mean? When she was crying and she said, oh my God, I'm going to talk about Clem, but lemonade, I can't. Is it like it was probably a secret word as in lemonade, I can't really talk too much.
Right.
She talked about how she wants Clem to go back home and get engaged, and she wants that to happen. Like, it's amazing.
Clem,
sorry.
Her assistant.
I forgot her name. Oh my gosh, but you know what she is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that probably wraps up about, you know, the meat of the episode. Yes. So now we can talk about our special segment, which I'm so excited. It's my favorite part.
Absolutely.
So basically I share Huda's beauty tips throughout the episodes, and yay! And then the 2 that I pulled out, which is so amazing, and everyday things that we do, is how you have to, you know, bake your face. And when you bake your face, you use, you know, translucent powder, and you use it all the time, I'm sure. Basically, when you bake your face, it makes your face look like it's airbrushed. It actually looks like you have less makeup on when you bake it, because it makes it like, you know, flawless and smooth. And if your beauty blender is dry, you know, you have to add more makeup on it. If it's wet, you put less makeup on it. And you just like get it, you dab it like this. And you also, wherever you want to highlight, you can put it as well. And you can either like, you wait till it, you know, kind of sucks in, or you can use a brush. I use a brush. What do? Do you wait until...
I usually use a brush that is a little looser. It's not as dense. Yeah. And the reason for that is because I don't like a lot of powder on my face.
Yeah.
I like my face to look a little dewy.
Of course.
So the more dense the brush, the more product you pack onto your face. And that goes with anything, like for your eyes, anything. So a flat brush, same thing, you'll pack more product on. If it's a loose brush, round brush, if the hairs on the brush kind of fringe out, less product.
Less product.
Less product. And for me, that works for me because of the type of skin that I have. you're working maybe a certain event or you're going to be at a certain event, you might want a little more product. So you might use a denser brush, like a kabuki brush, which is really nice. But for the most part, I really enjoy for an everyday look, something that's a little lighter. So that would be my suggestion.
There you go. And the second one is probably my favorite one. It's when she uses the nymph body oil on her legs before she's getting ready, which is amazing. You guys, I've used that. I went to Sephora and I got a sample. It's so good. She's like, she was influenced by Beyonce, and when Beyonce wears pantyhose, so shiny, like on her concerts, like, you know, Coachella and all of that. So you get a small little brush, you mix it with oil, you rub it on your leg, even on your body, and you go upwards. You go upwards all the way into your body. In circles. And the beautiful thing is, you know, she uses it on her face too. You can use that as like an undertone before your foundation. It gives you the best glow ever. Oh my gosh. There's 3 shades. Go get a sample from Sephora. Hopefully it's in stock.
No, I haven't tried it. Let me ask you a question. Does it smear?
So here's the thing. You have to wait for it to dry.
But what if you're using oil? Like, that's the thing. Because I saw her using the oil, and I was like, oh, but oil, like, makes everything move.
And you're scared it might go on her dress, on the couch, and stuff. So at home, I didn't use it with the oil. I just used her sample ones. Her tip is with oil. Like, even when Kim K launched her body stuff, like, she would sit on the car seat, and she would just show, oh, no, it's not smearing. I think that's bullshit. I think everything smears. You know, how can it not if you're wearing a dress and you're sitting down? You know,
and you sweat and all that stuff.
How good is that product?
I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe they're using the setting spray on top of that.
Oh, she didn't say that.
Yeah. Maybe. You never know.
Yeah. But yeah, those are our tips, and we love Huda's tips. She's so bomb. She's so honest and authentic. She just sits there and she does it. So thank you for that. And then now I know Crystal wants to share
Manifesting Mona.
Yeah, Manifesting Mona.
So in this segment, we always share something positive. Mona is usually such a positive figure. And I think so. I think I can say Huda is now too.
Yeah.
I think she's on that spectrum.
Yeah.
And so I want to say that my most cherished moment in these episodes, again, I'm going to bring it up because, you know, I think he deserves it, is Chris. He literally backed up Huda in a moment that she was feeling low, and instead of like kicking her down, he uplifted her and he reminded her of who she is. And at the end of the day,
queen.
Yes. And at the end of the day, everyone needs someone like that. So kudos to Chris.
I love that.
What about you?
For me, it was Huda again, but it was how she went to a life coach, and she's like, self-improvement, all about self-help. You know, we talk about books all the time and self-help and self-reading. That's one form. Like, she went to a life coach. She was like, I need help. I don't know how to navigate this part of my life right now. I took on too much. It's not my truth as a woman.
Exactly.
And that's just so hard to not be yourself. It always comes out, you guys. Being in this industry, we know what you're not shows. It shows through the camera. It shows through the lenses. Be yourself. Say what you got to say. People know bullshit. You will not get far if you fake it. It is what it is.
It's true. I mean, I said it earlier, even about them. Like, we're finally seeing who they are. Them.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
It was beautiful. So Huda is embracing herself. She's like, look, these are some stuff that I might not be good at. I don't want to be good at. I'm a creator. You know, just give me my brush. Let me create.
Right. I loved that because I was like, wow, she's saying she doesn't want to be. Like, not only is she rejecting it, she's like standing proud in it. It's a lot. You know? And she's standing proud. And I think that says a lot about a person and where they're at in their life when they can admit to something that, you know, that they do or do not want.
Absolutely. And, you know, we love you, Huda, and we love to be part of your journey. And just thank you for including everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And now for some news and gossip that we stumbled upon. Now, this is, we tried to find some stuff. This is the only thing that I want to share. We found, we have the tutorial. Do you want to do the? Yeah, I'll do the news. And then
do the news.
The news is actually something that I kind of came about on Instagram. We feel like Mona might be married already. There was pictures of her in beautiful wedding gowns, and me and Crystal were talking. I think they're keeping this on a DL because think about it. If they they're filming this a few months prior where the Islam wedding was going to be next week, right? So she's probably already married, and maybe she had some stuff out from the big day that leaked. I don't know. We're so excited. But we promise we'll have more news next week relating to that. But we think that's what it is. I think Mona probably got married, and we're so excited.
It's hearsay again. We don't know for sure. We're just speculating.
Yeah.
You know, we're seeing things on social media, and we can't help but to be tempted by all this juicy little crumb trails.
And tutorials. You take it.
So of course, Huda always does a tutorial every Thursday after the 2 shows that she has.
So pretty.
And so she did a tutorial with Tiana. It was a night to day shadow, which I love. When I auditioned for to be a makeup artist for MAC Cosmetics, they made me do exactly this, a night to day look. It was your boyfriend. Okay, you're going on a date with your boyfriend, but it's during the day and you guys have been together for a while. And then she's like, okay, well, and you're going to go meet his grandma. That's what it was.
So cute.
And then the second one was, okay, quick, so I had 30 minutes to do that. And then the second one was 10 minutes where you had to go to from a day to night look. In 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
That's stressful.
So I really like this tutorial because I feel like a lot of women can relate to this. You go from the office or you go from work and you're going to go out. You have maybe something in your bag. You want to like hurry up and switch it up. So basically what she says is always have a primer on your eyes. She had her put on a solid color here and then added a little bit of sparkle here. And then added a little bit of a deeper color underneath here. Not on the waterline, underneath the lashes.
Okay.
And it's usually slightly darker than the color that you add on your lid. And then again, in the inside and on the inner part of the outer side of the eyes, she also added a light color. It opens up the eyes.
Nice.
Now to transition it into the nighttime look, she took a darker shade of that same color and almost like a cocoa shade. So it's a little deeper than I think her color that she used was almost like a burgundy, but like a burgundy pink, a really light one. And so she just took that brown and she popped it in the corners, added a liquid shadow that was like really, 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 really like glimmery, and put it on the top. Added the rest of whatever she had left from the sparkles on top of that, and then again went over those other areas but in a darker color.
Wow.
And boom, that was it.
Good job.
She went from day to night, and I thought, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is what women always need to learn, because you don't have to take up all your makeup just to do a whole night look. Like, literally, you can accentuate what you already have. Why waste your time? Guys don't even notice anyways.
Seriously, they take it off anyway. That's too much makeup.
Right. So I really loved, this was probably one of my most favorite tutorials, because I think this is something that women could really use. And I think that when you're able to show people how to make transitions, it is like the most helpful way to show people, how to do
and you explained
makeup.
It so well, girl.
Yeah,
so
thank
detailed.
You.
Like,
Appreciate
I didn't
that.
see it up there, but I saw it when you explained it to me. Like, I saw the picture, but like, I lived the tutorial.
Right.
Thank you for that detailed breakdown.
Thank you.
Oh gosh. Okay, you guys. So I think we're about to wrap. I think we covered everything. We did. We are excited to see where they are in their personal lives.
Yes.
Mona, we're rooting for you. Huda, thank you for coming to your true self and all of that. We're excited for the finale next week, and that Maite will be here too, covering it with us on Thursday.
Right.
Until then, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Crystal823. That's with an I, not with a Y. Also, I want to say I hope that next week's episode shows us that they get married, like at least an Islamic wedding.
Yeah, or something.
I hope they don't leave us hanging, you guys.
Yeah.
We want to know what you guys think. So please leave a comment, below in the videos, and let us know what you think is going to happen.
Awesome. Yay. You can find me on Instagram at Louisa Sharamatian. And I just opened the TikTok account. Follow me there too, at Louisa Sharamatian. Gosh, until then, we will see you guys next time. Huda Boss. Love you. Bye. Mwah.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.